Hey everyone! Before we dive in, picture this. What if the people closest to you didn't stand behind the biggest decision of your life? That's the storm swirling around today's headline. Hailey's family doesn't support her marriage with Justin. Sounds shocking, right? But let's unpack the story behind the smiles, the Instagram perfect moments, and the cracks that show a very different reality. Behind closed doors, Hailey has grown distant from her parents, Stephen and Kenya Baldwin, after years of tension over her marriage. Insiders reveal her parents pushed for counseling, even church-led interventions, trying to guide her relationship. But Hailey drew a hard line. She made it clear her marriage with Justin is hers alone. No outside interference. That decision, while empowering for her, deeply rattled the family bond. Parents who once had influence now feel completely shut out. Publicly, Stephen Baldwin has played the role of a supportive dad. He's praised Hailey's choices in interviews, complimented her business success, and even brushed off criticism of Justin. But insiders say this polished front is about image management, not true approval. Privately, both parents remain skeptical, believing Justin may not be the partner who brings stability to their daughter's life. Hailey herself admitted in a Candid magazine interview that she's not super close with her family anymore. That small admission speaks volumes. It signals independence, but also a fracture that has been widening for years. And the timing couldn't be more intense. Just after welcoming her baby, she spoke openly about postpartum struggles, describing it as the most sensitive season of her life. Yet instead of leaning on family, she's carrying the weight alongside Justin while under non-stop public scrutiny. Justin hasn't helped ease the whispers. His recent music includes lines about testing patience and taking breaks, lyrics that fans instantly linked to cracks in his marriage. It left people wondering if Hailey's parents were right to be concerned all along. Still, every time rumors heat up, Hailey and Justin push back with carefully staged displays of affection, kissing selfies, hand-holding at events, and picture-perfect smiles. To some, it feels like love. To others, it feels like they're working overtime to convince the world, and maybe themselves, that everything is fine. So why are her parents so opposed? It's not about hating Justin as a person. The real fight is over control. The Baldwins are deeply religious and traditional. They wanted a say in how Hailey's marriage unfolded, and she told them no. That boundary, once set, iced the relationship. Fans online are split down the middle. Some applaud Hailey for choosing her own path, praising her for setting boundaries. Others insist parents only step in when they see red flags, and maybe they were just trying to protect her. The comment sections are flooded with clashing takes. She's standing tall, good for her, versus if her parents don't support it, that says everything. Meanwhile, Hailey's career skyrockets. Rhode Skincare has become a billion-dollar brand, securing massive deals that made her more than just a celebrity wife. She's a powerhouse entrepreneur. But personal drama always threatens to overshadow business. Will she be seen as a resilient woman who built an empire against all odds, or as someone drowning in family and marital conflict? That's the narrative she's battling in real time. Justin sits in the middle of all this. Not being embraced by your in-laws creates constant tension. It shows in his public energy. The fatigue, the unease, the moments of withdrawal. Fans wonder if this family rejection fuels his struggles, or if his struggles are the very reason they don't trust him. Either way, Justin is the lightning rod at the center of this storm. The Baldwin name itself makes this even bigger. With Alec Baldwin and other family members constantly in headlines, any public fracture turns into a wider Hollywood spectacle. Every interview, every absent family member at events, every carefully worded quote only feeds speculation. The cracks in this family dynamic didn't appear overnight. They've been forming for years. But every chapter in Hailey and Justin's marriage makes the divide harder to ignore. And the public? They're not just watching Hailey's marriage anymore. They're watching her entire family unravel, play out like a live drama under the spotlight. At the heart of it all is one unavoidable truth. Hailey chose Justin, and in doing so, she may have sacrificed her closeness with her family. Some see it as bravery, others see it as a dangerous gamble. And that's why this story continues to fascinate. Because no matter how many selfies, smiles, or sweet captions they post, the question lingers. Is love enough when family isn't in your corner? The fan theories swirling around this situation are only adding more layers. Some believe the Baldwin family's real issue isn't just about religion or control. It's about Justin's long-term stability. They've watched him battle depression, health scares, and career ups and downs. From their perspective, Hailey might be carrying more than she admits, and they're afraid her future is tied to someone who could spiral again. Others, however, think this feud has less to do with Justin himself and more with money and influence. Hailey is now a billionaire in her own right, thanks to Rhode. By stepping away from her parents' guidance and leaning fully on Justin, she's also pulling away from their influence. To some, Justin represents a wall between Hailey and the Baldwin family's control. And that wall isn't coming down anytime soon. For Justin, that tension is a heavy shadow. Imagine knowing your in-laws don't fully accept you. Every holiday, every milestone, carries that unspoken weight. Fans say they can see it in his face. The fatigue, the withdrawn moments, the flashes of stress during public appearances. Every time Justin looks overwhelmed, it reignites the same narrative. Maybe the Baldwins were right all along. And yet, Hailey's determination to stand by him grows louder with every Instagram post, every business win, every public kiss. To her supporters, it's proof she's in charge of her own life. To her critics, it looks like denial dressed up as devotion. On social media, the divide is brutal. Every new headline about Hailey and her family becomes a battlefield between two camps. One side argues she's finally showing independence, refusing to let her parents dictate her life. They praise her as a modern woman who built her own billion-dollar empire and chose her marriage on her own terms. The other side sees warning signs everywhere, convinced the Baldwin parents must have noticed something about Justin that the public doesn't fully see. Comments flood in like, if even her family doesn't approve, that tells you everything, while others shoot back with, parents don't always know best. Let her live her life. These online debates fuel the storyline more than any tabloid article could. TikTok stitches dissect every old Baldwin interview, comparing warm, affectionate clips from years ago with today's distant silence. Twitter threads break down Hailey's public appearances frame by frame, searching for cracks in the perfect image she and Justin present. Even Instagram likes, a single heart on or off a photo, are treated as coded signals of what's really happening behind closed doors. For brands, this is risky territory. On one hand, Hailey's constant headlines keep Rhode at the center of conversation, making her more relevant than ever. On the other, the ongoing drama paints her as someone surrounded by conflict, from Selena comparisons to marriage doubts to family fractures. Depending on how she handles it, that image could either build her mystique or unravel her credibility. Theories about the Baldwin parents' true motives are everywhere. Some fans believe their disapproval has less to do with Justin personally and more to do with control. Stephen and Kenya Baldwin come from a deeply traditional background, with strong religious values, and many argue they simply wanted a bigger say in how their daughter's marriage unfolded. When Hailey drew the line and told them to step back, it wasn't just about rejecting advice, it was a rejection of their authority. And that cut deep. Others take it a step further, suggesting the Baldwins may be uneasy about Justin's long-term stability. His struggles with mental health, substance issues, and career burnout have all been public. Parents naturally worry about their child's future, and for Stephen and Kenya, watching Hailey tie herself to someone with such a turbulent history may have felt like watching her walk into stormy waters. Supporters of the Baldwins argue they're only trying to protect their daughter, even if it looks controlling from the outside. But there's also a more cynical theory gaining traction, that the Baldwin family resents being cut out of Hailey's billion-dollar success. With Rhode exploding in value and even landing a billion-dollar acquisition, Hailey has built a fortune that rivals and surpasses her family's influence. Some fans whisper that Justin has become a wall between her and the Baldwins, blocking them from having any say in her career or finances. Whether true or not, the narrative of jealousy and power struggles has only added another layer of intrigue to the story. Publicly, this conflict is reshaping Hailey's image. To critics, she's seen as someone in denial, ignoring her parents' warnings while pushing a picture-perfect life with Justin. To supporters, she's a woman breaking free of outdated family expectations, proving she can stand on her own. Either way, the narrative fuels the drama, and drama is the one thing that keeps her in the spotlight. For Justin, this situation is a constant balancing act. On one side, he has Hailey, the woman he chose to marry and build a life with. On the other side, he knows her family has never fully embraced him, and that tension follows him everywhere. Insiders say Justin has felt the chill from the Baldwins since day one. It's not that they've openly attacked him, but rather a quiet disapproval that lingers in the background of every family gathering, every holiday, and every milestone. And even if he doesn't talk about it directly, Fans can see the weight in his public appearances. Sometimes Justin looks drained, withdrawn, or distracted, and that fuels the narrative that the Baldwin disapproval is getting to him. It's the kind of stress no amount of fame or money can shield you from. Because it's not about the public, it's about the people closest to the person you love. Adding to the pressure are Justin's own struggles. He's been open about his battles with anxiety, depression, and the toll fame has taken on him since childhood. For Hailey's parents, this history may be exactly why they've been so hesitant. They worry that Justin's demons could eventually become Hailey's burden. And from the outside, fans see every moment of stress or sadness on Justin's face as proof that her parents might have been right all along. But here's the other side. Hailey has made it crystal clear that Justin is her priority. When she cut her parents out of her marriage decisions, it was a loud message that she stands by him no matter what. That loyalty is something Justin doesn't take lightly. For a man who's faced the cold eye of the world since his teenage years, knowing his wife is willing to go to battle for him, even against her own family, may be what keeps him grounded. Still, the shadow of the Baldwin disapproval hasn't gone away. And the longer it lingers, the more it risks shaping not just how people see Justin, but how they see their marriage as a whole. Hailey has built herself into more than just Justin Bieber's wife. With Rhode, her billion-dollar skincare brand, she's proven she can stand on her own as a businesswoman. But the irony is, no matter how successful she becomes, the family drama keeps finding its way into the headlines, and it threatens to overshadow everything she's worked for. In the beauty world, image is everything. Brands rely on a polished, aspirational story to convince people to buy in. And Hailey has that. A young, stylish entrepreneur who created a brand around her own vision of glazed, effortless skin. But every time stories surface about her being estranged from her parents or clashing with her family over Justin, the narrative shifts. Suddenly, she's not just the boss of Rhode. She's the daughter who can't get along with her parents or the wife constantly compared to Selena Gomez. For some people, that drama is a red flag. They wonder if it shows instability behind the scenes. But for others, it makes her brand even more compelling. Because Hailey isn't just selling skincare, she's selling a story of resilience. She's a young woman who walked away from family expectations, married the man she wanted, and built an empire in the middle of constant criticism. To her supporters, that makes Rhode not just a product, but a symbol of independence. Still, there's no denying the risk. Family conflict can stick to a celebrity's image like glue. The Baldwin name carries weight in Hollywood, and if the tension grows, it could spill into bigger headlines. Headlines that might make business partners or investors nervous. Hailey knows this, which is why she leans so heavily on her own curated image, smiling beside Justin at events, showcasing Rhode's success, and posting carefully crafted glimpses of her personal life that scream confidence and control. But beneath that glossy image, the cracks are hard to ignore, and fans are starting to ask whether Hailey can truly separate her career from the ongoing drama with both her family and her marriage. And this is where things get really messy, because the media and fans aren't just watching, they're fueling the fire. Every new rumor about Hailey and Justin's marriage, or her strained bond with the Baldwin family, instantly becomes a trending topic. Tabloids run with sensational headlines like, "Even Hailey's parents don't approve," while social media turns into a battleground. Under every post about Hailey, the comments split into two camps. One side insists she's finally standing on her own 2 feet, while the other claims her parents' doubts prove Justin isn't good for her. Some fans see her decision to push back against her parents as empowering. They argue that Hailey is showing strength by refusing to let anyone, not even family, dictate how she lives her life. To them, she's rewriting the rules, carving out her own path, even if it means leaving behind the comfort of parental approval. But others aren't convinced. They point to Justin's public struggles, his mental health battles, his career ups and downs, and his reputation for being unpredictable, as signs that the Baldwins might have a point. If her own parents have reservations, critics argue, maybe Hailey should have listened before diving headfirst into marriage. And then there's the angle that keeps resurfacing: Selena Gomez. Even when Selena has nothing to do with the story, fans drag her name into the mix, comparing how the Baldwin family treats Hailey versus how they might have reacted if Justin had ended up with Selena instead. It's a constant, exhausting triangle that Hailey can never seem to escape. At the end of the day, the divide is clear. Hailey is either a woman setting healthy boundaries and protecting her marriage, or she's someone ignoring her parents' warnings and walking deeper into a troubled relationship. The truth? Probably somewhere in between. But the internet isn't interested in nuance. They want sides, they want drama, and they want receipts. At the end of the day, what's playing out between Hailey, Justin, and the Baldwin family is more than just gossip. It's a raw reminder of how complicated love, loyalty, and family can be when lived in the public eye. Every choice Hailey makes, whether it's standing by Justin or shutting out her parents, is amplified for the world to dissect. But beyond the headlines, it's clear she's determined to live life on her own terms, no matter the cost. So what do you think? Is Hailey brave for setting boundaries and choosing her marriage above family approval? Or are her parents right to be worried? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss the next deep dive into the stories shaping Hollywood's biggest names.